What's underlying my thoughts? Where is that creativity and intelligence that I express? As you go to quieter levels of the mind, the activity of the mind becomes less. And TM is a transcendental meditation technique. It's just a technique to turn the attention within. Appreciate the thought at earlier and earlier levels. And what happens is the thought less grips awareness. And the underlying field of wakefulness, the background upon which the thoughts rise and fall, becomes more full.
TM is just a time for me to know myself, to just be sitting with myself and experiencing myself, whatever's going on in that particular moment.
Suddenly the waves settle down, and now I'm with not only this silence like you have perhaps in deep sleep, but it's awake.
TM immediately gave me that experience of my mind calming down, settling down, and took me to a place which was very quiet inside that I'd never been to before.
So what happens when anyone closes their eyes, you see this resting rhythm. The back part of the brain is called alpha. The alpha activity is being understood as the brain wave which organizes the faster frequencies. Faster frequencies deal with parts. The alpha frequency is more the whole. The main difference with transcendental meditation practice is we see this alpha activity in the front of the brain as well as in the back. And faster frequencies, we don't see them during TM practice. TM practice is the detail, the content is becoming less while wakefulness is being maintained. During TM City practice, what you do see is, again, coherence in the alpha frequency because that experience of wholeness is still there. But in addition, you do see gamma and beta coherence because there is specificity. So what the TM City program is doing is it's adding something more.
Yogic Flying is really, really enjoyable. Yogic Flying is like this energy that's like in you and it's mixed with joy and goodness. Your thinking and the processes that are happening in your body are like right in tune with each other.
I wouldn't call this flying like we think of unlimited travel through the skies.
Not like Peter Pan, no pixie dust.
What's most important about yogic flying is what you don't see. So the reason people do this isn't so much that they expect to fly someday. Whatever you might think of the phenomenon of the body bouncing across the foam, hopping across the foam, whether you're impressed as many people are or whether it looks odd, what's important is what you can't see, which is the integrated brain functioning, which is at the basis of developing our full creativity and intelligence, the happiness and joy and freedom that we all want to experience.
I was a happy person prior to practicing TM, prior to doing yogic flying. But when I learned yogic flying, the transcendental bliss of the TM program immediately was felt throughout my whole body while I was moving around in the environment.
When I first experienced that I could be hopping around in yogic flying and I could have my eyes open and I would still be totally deep transcending as if I was meditating, that I could be active and transcending at the same time. That was amazing.
A lot of people are practicing yoga these days, and they know how that going through these different poses and all helps take stress out of their system. Well, this is yogic flying. It's from the same tradition that the yoga asanas come from. But you can just think of a little more dynamic level of yoga.
It's being in motion, wholeness on the move, nirvana on the move. If somebody asked me if I can fly, I can say, yes, I can fly. The inner subjective experience is one of flying. And even if you get off the foam, you know, an inch or 2 inches, the inner experience is that you feel tremendous energy, bliss, happiness, bubbling bliss inside your own consciousness.
Yogic flying for me is just kind of more of what TM is.
Meditation taken to the next level. This is what's beyond what most people think of meditation.
It's a quantum leap from any meditation.
What's the value of this? You know, is it a cool way to go down to the store and get an ice cream and back? Yeah, no.
The purpose of yogic flying is to develop your nervous system and to develop your consciousness.
The real thing is that it integrates transcendence with activity.
It will support everyone's desire to think clearly, to be successful, to help themselves, It'll expand people's awareness so they'll be able to see how they fit into the larger situation.
Train the mind to think from that most wakeful, most creative, most powerful level.